Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name is Sande. Welcome to this amazing YouTube channel. It's Sande. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing. And for the frequent viewers, thank you so much for coming back to watch these videos. Today, I just want to talk about, is it important for you to move close to, away from the city, to live in green spaces like the way I'm showing you here? So is it a good thing for you to move close to green spaces, and what is the importance of such kind of places to the environment and where you are living at? You can see the trees down there. So on this video, guys, we're gonna talk about the best place to live if you are close to the Nairobi. So living outskirts of Nairobi is more better than someone who lives in between the city. So one thing to note is that you see the green, the trees, the village lookalike, that makes it a perfect place to live compared to someone who's living close in between the city now. So these people who live down here, this is in Ndenderu now. People who live down this particular place live in a better environment condition, because even if there are buildings around, the air, there's a lot of fresh air around here because of the trees that you can see here. So you have some bananas, so the blend between the buildings and the trees is the best, you know, because when you live there, the environment looks so nice. So I think that's one thing that people who work in Nairobi should consider doing. Try your best and go deep. If you can manage, go to places like Kiambu, away from the city, you know, so that you're able to have a very nice time, very nice stay, because you're able to have at least a better clean environment for you compared to someone who is living in crowded places like Pipeline, you know. Easily, those areas are really crowded. There are no trees, they are just countable trees. But here you can see plenty of trees here, and this person who lives here is the amount of money he uses to go to Nairobi is close to the same amount to the guy who lives in let's say Sleep, because the transport is just close to the same amount, you know. So living here is more better and better. Look at that beautiful 3-story building. So the rains are still going to pour anytime soon. See that the sky is dark, and it's just around 11:30. You can imagine. Today looks like a rainy day today. So for me, since I'm very far away from home, I have to rush and reach home earlier, because down there where I'm heading to, there's nowhere to shelter, you know, because I'm deep inside I'll be deep inside the villages now, urban villages. That word I usually use it many times, because I usually try to understand that it's a village that is close to the urban area, you know. So it's a different village, because when you are in an urban village, the accessibility to things like government services is very easier compared to someone who is deep inside the villages. So you have an advantage and also a disadvantage. The disadvantage comes in terms of the noisy part of it, and it's raining now, guys. Have to look for shelter here. Where can I shelter now? Caught inside the rains. Look at the green. Just want you to see the green part. That's what I'm really emphasizing on, so that you're able to understand what I'm talking about. You know, because these green spaces are very important. You know, because the green trees, even this napier grass we're seeing here, it plays a part in making the environment look extraordinary. Extraordinary. The roads are nice. Some years back it was a very messy road, but it was fixed and it's a better road now. If I want to go down here to a very dense populated area, it's dense sparsely, that's the word that we should use. Less buildings now, more green spaces. So we're gonna see it in the next few minutes. So I hope the rains will not be that heavy because we're heading to, there's no shelter. So look at someone who lives here and the trees are just around him. So whenever he wakes up in the morning, you feel the nice birds chirping, you know. It's a very nice experience. It's prudent for us to try our best to live in such kind of places, you know. Because for instance, when you wake up in the morning, there's more, you are welcomed by the birds, they sing for you, so you feel somehow better compared to someone who woke up in places like that are really crowded, you know. So it's very important to have these green spaces here. Vehicles coming here. It's an uphill. It's kind of an uphill, so people are going up. So that's the thing now. So see, even if there are some vehicles around, the noise is not that much compared to someone who's in between tall buildings. So living in such kind of place is quite good, and quite amazing, you know? Quite interesting, especially for me. I can be living here, like you can imagine these bushes here. Wake up in the morning, there's some birds. You can listen to that. There's some birds even now at the moment, still chirping. So it's a very nice, lovely experience. So if you can't manage, you can manage, kindly do so and try and relocate to such kind of places. What you need to do before you do that, there's something called check on the expenses. So one is all about the transport, then because away these areas the house rent is cheaper. So just look at the transport. If transport matches the amount of money you are paying while living in those non-green areas or estates, you better move to such places like Ruaka, Tenderu. Just do your mathematics, you know, because here you'll have a very nice life experience. Also remember, when you live here, be able to have a little bit of organic foods, because there are farms here. You can see down there, there's a farm down there. There are farms here, people farm, plant their crops here. So you'll be able to get food, first-hand food, you know, when they're still organic. Because there are some streams that move around here, some streams and rivers. Mostly there are streams because of the size, so that move around here. So you'll be able to have the best part of your life. So guys, on the comment section, tell me if that's a good idea for you. Am I helping you or am I messing you up? So before you move to these particular places, just check on the expenses. For sure, houses will be much cheaper than where you are paying. The expenses in terms of the transportation, that's what you need to put into consideration. Also, you need to know that when you live in such kind of places, there are things that will be able to avoid it. One being what you call air pollution, because of these massive trees. Other thing that you'll be able to avoid is what you call even soil pollution, water pollution. Exactly, that's the thing that I was looking at. Water pollution, because at this particular point it's less polluted. That means the water still some fresh, you know. So it's a very nice place for you to come and chill. I'm just walking here. Looks like I'm in the villages, but I'm in an urban village. Not at all. I'm not in a totally village, but I'm in an urban village here. So this is how you do a land refill. These guys are trying to do a land refill here. So just bring rocks, you pour here some sand, then you end up having a flat land refill. But it's a tricky situation because you need to make sure that you consider the water that is underground. If it's a kind of a wetland area, that means even if you do the foundation, you need to be very careful when you are doing it. So can see those buildings the other side. Look at those people, how they live very nice, beautiful lives in between the forests, you know. So that's what I usually dream of, you know, living somewhere whereby trees surround you. Trees surround you. If you want to just chill, you get out of your house and chill around. So these people are very lucky to have these kind of places because they are here, still they are close to the city, you know. So it's a very lucky and tricky situation for them. Tricky in terms of the let's say their lands. Sometimes if you don't have a very well written papers, it becomes a threat to you because you have greedy people who might end up saying this land belongs to you, them, because of the value of land. That's the only tricky situation they encounter in terms of the land value. The land value is very high. These are napier grass fed to the cows. So even in Nairobi, you still have some cows. So that's the thing. The land security is something that you need to work on if you get lucky to have a land in such kind of places. Here's some birds here, because we have greedy people here who might want to get the land out of your mouth, you know, because of the value of the land. Some construction going on down there. See, the birds are still chirping, you know. It's around midday because of the drizzling that is happening, you know. If the sun could be very hot now, the birds could have already hibernated.